I see we got more and more people coming in. I want to say hello to you guys. If you've never seen me, first time ever tuning into my channel, I am Tashana, aka the Healthy Hustler, and this is where we learn to cook things from scratch. Get into your plant-based diet with all that flavor, cooking from scratch. So I'm just showing you how to turn a mushroom into a catfish nugget. You know, that's all. I mean, it ain't magic, or maybe it is, but yeah. So we about to make us. I had a taste. I'm like, I think I can do this, and I'm like, you know, I used to love me some spaghetti and fried catfish. And it's been so long since I had that, you know, baked masticholi and fried catfish, all that stuff. So I've been doing fried chicken, but I haven't actually done nothing fish. And the last time I did some fish, I was playing around with them tofu steaks, and I put that on my YouTube. A lot of people like that video, but I don't really eat tofu on a regular basis. Like every few and far in between, you know, I leave it open, so I might go somewhere and that's the only thing they got. And if I want to taste what they done did with it, I'm gonna go taste. But I'm gonna do it with oyster mushrooms. I know I love me some oyster mushrooms as my all right, Branson, he'll fit dancing. I love oyster mushrooms as my meat replacement. So we're gonna be using oyster mushrooms as our meat replacement for our fried fish. And then we're going to do the baked pasta, and the meat is going to be made out of walnuts. Now, I hope this video is not going to be too long, because I'm doing everything from scratch. Like, I prepped some veggies. I got my water boiling for the pasta, but I'm going to cook this from beginning to end, because I want you guys to see just, you know, how it can be simple. It's going to take a little bit longer because I'm talking to y'all, but try not to. If y'all have any questions about what I'm doing, where I got these recipes from, what's the ingredient, why did I do this, just comment below, and I'll, you know, take a look and answer your questions as fast as I can without them rolling up. If you see this video, if you can hear my voice, share it. Just share it. It won't hurt. Click the share button. You heard me. Just because you heard me say it. Just because you heard me say it. Go ahead and share it. That would be the best thing you could do. It'll be a late birthday present, because y'all know my birthday was 2 weeks ago on the 20th. Just turned 35. Now I just turned 35. So yeah, as a birthday present to me, share the video. I love y'all. Let's go. Alright, so we already got some veggies prepped. So I just got this is a whole orange and yellow bell pepper, and this is a half of a it's supposed to be a yellow onion, but it looks white, right? But it's a yellow onion, okay, or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these into the 2-quart saucepan, so we can get these sauteing for our meat sauce, and then I'll be right back so we can go ahead and start prepping the oyster mushrooms for the fried fish. So I'll be right back. When we get into the meat, I'm gonna put y'all in the pot so y'all can see. But right now, we're just gonna go ahead and just dump this. I'll be right back. Let's do our sauce. So our walnut meat, so we're gonna blend it or whatever. So we're gonna use just this is just whole walnuts, nothing special. And we're gonna grind them up for our meat. Now, a serving is about 2 cups. Y'all know how I do. I eyeball. So we're gonna do that. If that's extra meat, I don't care about that, because that's extra food for the kids to eat, right? So the walnut is just easy. You're gonna put the walnuts right in. Season it to taste. Granulated onion. I like a lot of granulated onion. I'm gonna do something a little extra. I'm gonna throw a little fennel in there to give it that Italian sausage situation, since we're doing a spaghetti sauce. Where's the salt? Let's put some sea salt up in there. Now, if you're just tuning in, like I said, the recipe for what I'm doing, you will be able to find this in the book, but I'm just eyeballing. The link is there with the page, the ultimate ultimate plant-based replacement guide. All right, so that's there. I'm gonna throw a little bit of crushed red pepper, because we're gonna do some. You know, this is spaghetti. I like a little kick with the heat. I like a little sweet with the agave. When I used to eat sugar, it used to be sugar. I'm much sugar in my spaghetti. Not too much, you know, but I like to cook it in my spaghetti. I'm one of those. I am one of those. and everybody is just tuning in, if you can hear my voice, if you see me, please do me a favor and support. And go ahead and just share this video. That's all. Share the video. Let everybody see what's going on. Alright, so we got basil, oregano, fennel seed, granulated onion, sea salt, and crushed red pepper in here for our walnut. Now you just put all your seasonings in, and we're going to blend it up, okay? Alright, so it's just ground up. Now I'm just going to take this out and set it to the side. I just wanted it done because I also need to use this. I'm gonna put some kale in the spaghetti sauce to get the kids eating more veggies. So put the onions and the peppers, and I'm gonna go ahead and put some green in. I'm gonna show y'all how I'm gonna do that. Let me put these walnuts in here. Let's get it all out. Okay. So it's just nice and milly. And I'm going to show you the technique on how we're going to cook it, which is going to turn it into a nice ground beef substitute, okay? So let's put that to the side. So I'm going to blend this, use this one more time. Alright, I'm going to do this one more time. And I'm going to take our kale, okay? So we're going to put this also in the meat sauce. So I'm just prepping everything right now. Now you're like, what's she doing? Why she just blending everything up? Right, I'm just prepping. I told you I'm doing this from start to finish. So this is what it looks like to, you know, just cook with whole foods from scratch. Just impromptu, okay? I know what I'm cooking, and then I'm just going to go ahead and make it all happen. So I'm going to throw some kale in there because the baby, he won't eat it like this, okay? And I know my children, so we gotta make it work. I'm still gonna eat it. Alright, so let's just blend this up. This is gonna help us so we can put it into the tomato sauce. That's cool. So we just want it broke up. Okay? So it can mix well in the sauce and the kids can't pick it out. Into the bowl it goes until it is its turn to go in the pot. Okay. Okay. We're gonna put that to the side. All right. So we're gonna get ready to make our fish batter and everything. So we're gonna use some Louisiana Cajun seasoning. I ran out of Old Bay, but Old Bay would be better. But this is cool. Why would Old Bay be better? Because it has celery salt and this has regular salt. Yeah. So I'm gonna add some black pepper and some celery salt. Let's do that. So Cajun seasoning, got some kelp for that fishy, got some dulce for the fishy, and then we're gonna do some granulated onion, and we're gonna do some sea salt, okay? So these are gonna be our seasonings for our fish. Let's hold that. Let's get everything else out the way. And then I have cornmeal. So this is just yellow organic cornmeal. Okay. So that's going to be our outside. So that's going to be our coating. Okay. You know I love a double batter. So we're going to do a double batter on these. All right. So let me look at my mushrooms. I took out everything except for the mushrooms. So let's look at the mushrooms. So I just got a bag. I buy them by the case, and I had a bag left. These have not been separated, so let's get our stuff done. Now, usually when I buy the oyster mushrooms by the case, I break them down, you know, bigger pieces, small pieces. But this one, I had broken down, but I still had some chunks, and I'm like, let me just throw them in the bag, and whatever I feel like doing with it, I'll do it at that time. So here we go. All right, so this is just a big cluster of oyster mushrooms. So they come, you know, big. They usually are a little bit more sprouted out when they're fresh, but they've been pushed up in that bag. But yeah, these are oyster mushrooms. They're a really good meat replacement. You've seen me use them, my chicken fried mushroom, my beer battered mushrooms, my crab cakes. Like, I love oyster mushrooms. So we're just gonna break it loose. See that? It's very meaty, tough. Okay, so I'm just going to take a few pieces. I'm not even going to be you know, worried about it. So we're gonna take little pieces. So we're gonna have kind of like, you know, little fish nuggets type situation. Y'all ever eat catfish nuggets? So it's gonna be like a catfish nugget dinner. You know, you can leave them connected if you want, so you can pull them all apart like that. So let's do that. Alright, so that's cool. Let me put that in there. And then we're gonna get started on our catfish nuggets. So we got our mushrooms ready. Let's get our batters ready so we can fry. Okay, so we got 2 separate bowls, wet and dry batter, mushrooms, So let's go ahead and set this all up real quick. Okay, so let's do our wet batter. So if you know me, you know I love a good double batter. It just does something, you know, you get that good crunch, all right? So let me show y'all how y'all gonna hook these up. Okay, anyways. All right, so we're gonna do a cup of the chickpea flour. That's not that many pieces, so yeah, a cup should be fine. That's about a pound right there. So we got also a cup of chickpea flour, okay? So then we're gonna go ahead and season our wet batter. We're gonna go with some sea salt. We're gonna go with our Cajun seasoning. We're gonna hit it with the dose, with the kelp for that fishy. And then gonna top it off with a little more dulce for a little extra fish flavor. And then I told y'all I was gonna add some black pepper and celery salt because I'm out of Old Bay. So the Louisiana is missing the celery salt and the black pepper. So we're going to throw that in. So we'll go ahead and get some black pepper up in there. And then we got some celery salt. Just a little bit, not too much. Okay? Alright, bet. So we got all our dry stuff. Let's mix it all up, get it evenly distributed, you know. Okay? Then we're gonna wet this up with some water. I'm just putting spring water in here. Okay? So you're gonna do it's about an equal cup, maybe about 3/4 or so, but you want it to be, if you ever done a wet batter, then you know the consistency that you're looking for. But if you're watching this right now and you're just trying to get pointers, you ain't never did nothing like this before, you want to make sure that your batter is like a thick pancake batter, okay? Because we want to be able to coat those mushrooms, and then so that cornmeal sticks really good. Like a lot of it can get stuck up on it, so it'll give that super crunch, okay? So you add just a little bit more water. I'm going to show y'all what it looks like. Okay, that's good, that's good. It got a little soul. You want to make sure it still got a little nucleus. But I can't even get the word out. Nucleus, okay? Have a little body on it still, okay? I don't like to add flour later because it can create lumps, and I'm not using my good whisk diet on me. And I still have not replaced it. I've been kind of using my hand blender a little bit around the house, but I need a new whisk, okay? All right, so we got our batter. We got a good body on it. It's nice and thick. I like to smell my food, make sure I can smell what's going on. Add a little more salt just to pull out all the rest of those flavors that we did. Let's add the onion. I don't know if I put my onion, but I'm going to add some more because I really like it, and it gives a good flavor. It's way better than onion powder. Granulated onion is everything, okay? Alright, back. Okay. Alright, so we got our wet batter going. And let's do our dry batter. So dry batter is going to be simple, nothing special, just cornmeal, okay? Cornmeal, a nice amount. Okay. Put just a little bit of salt now. Okay. Alright, cool. So we got that ready. Let's get our skillet and our grease. We're going to go to the stove. So we got our oyster mushrooms already broke down. Okay. We got our wet batter. Okay. And then we got our dry batter. So let's go ahead and start with it. This technique works really good with me. I like it. This is how I'll show you how to do it on the YouTube video. If you have the cookbook, I do tell you to do it that way. You can do however you want to. It's up to you. But I'm just going to throw a few pieces right into that wet batter, okay? And we're going to stir it up. Just coat it, okay? Keeps my hands cleaner. Sometimes I have blood, sometimes I don't. And we're not going to let that stop us. We're going to come up with another way to, you know, make it easy for ourselves. So we're just going to swirl this around. Let it get wet and sticky. There you go. That's a good one. Just get all up in there. Okay? Alright, so that's nice and coated. I'm cooking this last couple pieces. Let's put the rest on there. I see a little wetness at the bottom. So let's get them all in here. So a cup is perfect. It's just like in the cookbook, about a pound. Anywhere between like 18 to 25 pieces. 25 is probably like the top amount. If you're going past 25 pieces, you either want to do this again or make a bigger batch of wet batter. It's up to you. Okay. Alright, let's get this out the way. So now we got our can't even get the words out. We got our oyster mushrooms covered in our wet batter. Let's go ahead and double dip it. So I'm just gonna put one in at a time. Probably can do 2 or 3 at a time. But just put them in there, shake them around, okay? Now you can take them out of the bowl with tongs. I could have did that, but I didn't. But it's up to you, you know? How hands-on you want to be with your food. Alright, I got such a good feeling about this meal. It's gonna just come out so good. I'm excited to taste it. I have never battered my oyster mushrooms and cornmeal. I don't do a lot of cornmeal, but you know, when you just want to do something, you want to do something. It's just fresh cornmeal. It's not a mix or anything like that, too. So we're not running, you know, we're not, what's the word I want to think of? We're not compromising or, you know, changing the way we eat. We're eating whole food, okay? Alright, so we got a couple pieces in here ready. So I'm going to go check on our grease. Okay, so we got this water popping. So let me go ahead and put the pasta in. Alright, so we're going to use today, I got some gluten-free penne pasta. This is from Aldi, and it's organic brown rice and quinoa. So just 2 ingredients, nothing extra. You know how I do. I'm extra enough. I don't need it in my food. Okay. All right. So water is boiling. It's already been salted. I'm go ahead and just throw that in now. Let's let that do its thing. Okay. And then we got our veggies back here bubbling and all soft. Since we got y'all on screen and y'all can see what's going on, let's go ahead and start our meat sauce. So y'all know we already prepped our walnuts. So they ground up really fine. And we go ahead and just add them in here. Now usually I do my walnut meat in a skillet. You know, then I add water and things like that. But when I'm doing like sauces or, you know, well, I'm like, I need things to marry, I'm going to do it in a pot because everything can sit and soak. And, you know, love up on each other and everything. I'm going to add some water. Okay. Yes, there we go. So we're just going to stir it all up. And we're going to let that cook down. That's it. We're going to let that cook down while we're cooking the nuggets, catfish nuggets. Alright, so our oil is hot, okay? We got to let it get hot, because you know we can't cook no fish in there. You got to be hot, hot grits, okay? We acting like we cooking fish. We ain't cooking no fish. We don't eat fish. We eat oyster mushrooms that we done turned into catfish nuggets, okay? So the oil is hot. Our nuggets is ready. Let's go ahead and drop in there. And look at that, looking like some shrimps. Tell me they didn't look like no jumbo shrimp. Okay. ahead and put them in there. Baby. Baby. Alright. Ooh. Look, it's already smelling good. That's when you know you got something on your hands. Because it's already smelling good as soon as it hit that grease. And it's fresh grease too, so it ain't like you smelling remnant stuff you done did. That's fresh grease right there. Alright, cool. So they cooked a few minutes. I don't want to overcook them. Yeah, that's good. Nice golden brown. You know, the fresh grease sometimes take a minute to start browning your food. So I just wanted to check. That's the only thing I don't like about fresh grease. I mean, we like fresh grease because it's clean, you know. So, you know, that second or third grease be cooking stuff just right, don't it? Just right. But I don't like using oil too many times. But this is grapeseed oil that we're cooking in too. So all my alkaline folk out there, you know. And if you are alkaline, okay, because I do the alkaline too, but I'm over here experimenting because I can't. So, this is cornmeal, but the kamut flour is very grainy, like how the cornmeal is. So you can use kamut flour if you would like to keep it alkaline, okay? Also, I had used like Cajun seasoning and some celery salt, but you can just not use that. Just use regular salt. I mean, your sea salt, your granulated onion. Use the kelp, use the dulce, and then that's it, because it wouldn't be alkaline when you red or black pepper, you know. But it'll still be good. It'll still be good. I do my fish, other stuff, you know, that way. It works perfect, okay? Oh, this gonna be good, child. And I've been fasting all day, too, so I've been drinking coconut water, had my sea moss this morning. You know, I've just been doing liquids all day. I took some hemp seed oil this morning. You know, I got my nutrients in, but I haven't had any hot food or anything all day today. So I'm looking forward to it. Since we're going to switch gears and go back over to the counter, I'm going to go ahead and get this sauce started. So, this is the walnut meat, onion, orange and yellow bell pepper, good seasonings. And I'm going to go ahead and add our tomato puree. So this is just pure tomato, no citric acid, no additional seasoning or anything. Just plain tomato puree. So we're gonna make our meat sauce, okay? So we're gonna put that in there with the meat. So just like you would with your, you know, if you're a spaghetti person where you mix your meat with your sauce, this is the same situation. If you're making lasagna, you know you're gonna mix your meat and your sauce. If you like real Italian, I don't think real Italian do it. I think that's like a black person. So we doing this like this. So we got our meat sauce over here. We're gonna just let it keep cooking. I want it super rich. Like, I want this sauce rich, okay?
You mean rich?
Rich. Oh, you rich? Yes. Yes. So this is what it look like. You got all our good big old pieces of our catfish nuggets. Looking real good, okay? So we're gonna finish those pieces. So let's go ahead and get started on our cheese sauce, okay? So we're gonna do baked, we're gonna put all our noodles with our sauce and get it all done. We're gonna put a nice big coating on top of cheese and bake that. So I'm gonna make the cheese sauce, okay? So let me get my stuff. Okay, cool. So we're gonna use our large blender, just a Ninja kitchen system, so they got different types of cups. So our ingredients for the cheese sauce is coconut cream, and this is just repackaged into something. So coconut cream. I'm gonna use the coconut water that's off of the cream as our milk for today. Sea salt and chickpea flour. So let's just do this. So I'm eyeballing. If you have the recipe, follow the cookbook. If you don't, get the cookbook and then do it, okay? So you'll know what the measurements are. But we're gonna go ahead and put our coconut cream in there.
Looks soft now.
Yeah, I'll let it sit out for a second. So now I want it really creamy, so I'm gonna make sure I put enough for this. I'm not gonna be stingy in it.
You know we like creamy.
Huh?
You know we like creamy.
I like creamy, yes we do. We'll go ahead with some sea salt. I'm gonna use all this water that's in here, milk or whatever you want to call it.
It looks like lime water.
It's just coconut water from now on when you take it out. And then just
And put some chickpea flour.
yep, and then we're gonna add some chickpea flour. Look at my little helper over here.
How many scoops?